Let's go. Let's go. We got an 11 o'clock.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Tuesday, April 10 special meeting of the City of Newark Municipal Council. In accordance with New Jersey law, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the Star Ledger, the Jersey Journal, and the public at large, establishing the date, time, and location of this meeting. In addition, the agenda for this meeting was disseminated on April 6, 2018, at the time of preparation. May I have a roll call of those present, please?
Amador, absent. Gonzalez,
Present.
James,
Present.
absent. McCollum, absent. Osborne,
Present.
Donna. Here. Ramos, absent. President Crump.
Here.
Ordinances on public hearing, second reading, and final passage. 6 PSF A is an ordinance amending Title II, Administration, Chapter 2, Office of the Mayor and Agencies of the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Newark, New Jersey, as amended and supplemented by clarifying the authority of the federally qualified Health Center Board of Commission to be consistent with federal law. Does anyone wish to be heard on this ordinance?
No one appearing.
Motion to close the public hearing and adopt council of the whole.
Madam Clerk, I'd like to sponsor this. Second.
Sponsored by Council President Crump, second by Councilman James.
Amador, absent. Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
absent. McCollum, absent. Osborne,
Yes.
Ramos, absent. President Crump.
Yes.
6 PSFB is an ordinance adopting the Fourth Amendment to the Newark Living Downtown Plan to include Block 125, Lot 96, formerly lots 84 through 88, 91 through 94, 96, and 108, commonly known as 22 through 34 East Park Street in the Central Ward.
Second.
Sponsored by Councilmember Gonzalez, second by Councilmember Osborne. Does anyone wish to be heard on this ordinance?
No one appearing.
Motion to close the public hearing and adopt.
Roll call, please.
Amador, absent. Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
absent. McCollum, absent. Osborne,
Yes.
Donna. Ramos, absent. President Crump.
Yes. Next item, Madam Clerk.
6 PSFC is an ordinance approving the private sale of city-owned property located within tax blocks 5001.01 Lot 3, also described as Parcel 105A, and easements E105B, E105C, E105D, and UER 105E, as indicated on the attached agreement and map entitled Parcels 105A, E105B, E105C, E105D, and UER 105E to the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation for the completion of Pulaski Skyway for the sum of $16,600.00. This is in the East Ward. Does anyone wish to be heard on this ordinance?
Madam President, it's
Yes.
something that the councilman of the East Ward has objected to.
Yes.
We wanted a hearing on.
So, in his absence,
Good morning. Good morning.
I too am reluctant.
Good-
Just a minute.
Yes,
I am also reluctant to move on this. Mr. Crump.
Good morning, Council President and members of the Municipal Council. The issue with Councilman Amador was he wanted to meet with the NJDOT representative, and we actually did meet on Friday, and he did say he was okay to move this project forward.
Yeah, but he's not here, Madam President. I am reluctant to.
Yes.
Wait, is this moving it to first? I mean,
No, this would be final.
Approve it.
This is the
This
final.
is second reading. We can defer it to,
and defer it. I'll second the deferral.
so motion to
Defer.
keep the public hearing open and defer it to the next regular meeting,
Yes,
which is April 18th.
which is next week.
April 18th. Roll call. Gonzalez. So the mover is Councilman Gonzalez, second by Councilman James.
Amador, absent.
Yes.
Yes.
Jenkins, absent. McCollum, absent. Osborne,
Yes to defer. Yeah.
Ramos, absent. President Crump.
Yes, to defer. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
6 PSFD is a related item to the first one, so shall we defer that as well?
Yes.
Yes.
The mover and second.
So motion to keep the public hearing open and defer to the regular meeting of April 18th. Same movers, Councilman Gonzalez, second by Councilmember James.
Yes.
Amador, absent. Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Jenkins, absent. McCallum, absent. Osborne.
Yes to defer.
Donna.
Yes.
Ramos, absent. President Trump.
Yes.
Resolutions. 7R2A, it is an authorizing resolution of the Department of Economic and Housing Development authorizing a private sale redevelopment. This is LOGA Home Builders LLC. The clerk's office received a communication from Carmelo Garcia, the acting director of the department, requesting that this matter be deferred to the April 18th, 2018 regular council meeting.
Roll call to defer.
Amador, absent. Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Jenkins, absent. McCallum, absent. Osborne.
Yes.
Donna.
Yes.
Ramos, absent. President Trump.
Yes. Yes, Councilman Gonzalez.
I understand that there was a tax abatement that was supposed to have been on the agenda, and it's not it's an assignment of an amendment of an abatement that we approved some time ago, and it was supposed to have been on the agenda, and it's not. I just want to know why it's not.
Could we have someone?
What item is that? I'm sorry.
It's an item assigning a tax abatement from one entity to the other with no changes whatsoever, no extension of time, no changes whatsoever. And I understand that it has been agenda ready for the last two meetings and it's not in the agenda. So I just want to know why.
I'm sorry, Julio Colon, Director of Housing. Which project are we talking about?
I believe it's one.
Bruce, is it Bruce Street?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in.
It has
it's-
been ready for a couple of, maybe a month now, that we approved it, and it hasn't moved.
It's in Legistar. That's all I can tell you right now. That it is reviewed in
It's
Legistar.
sitting somewhere on
Okay.
on somebody's desk, and I want to know why it's sitting there. See, this is something that should be a no-brainer.
Okay.
Something that is not changing anything.
Right. And fairness to the everybody, the clerks, yesterday was when Mr. Ken Lewis received the information, and it was not even on register.
I'm not aware of the legislation. The staff keeps us advised of.
Yeah. It's in Legistar. I mean, I don't know what more to tell you, Councilman. It's in Legistar. I mean, I'm asking that
was-
Larry come over.
When was it put on
it up.
Register? Because
He can answer those questions because he's the one that uploads it
Is this
into
the?
Legistar.
Well, can we see him?
Director.
Can we
if
talk
you
to
give
him now?
Yeah, we can talk to him now. We just went to get him.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this the farmer's market?
And I'm not, if I'm,
it's not a farmer's market. It's
Oh, it's Spruce Street.
Spruce Street.
Spruce Street.
It's a tax it's an assignment. Very simple assignment.
and if I'm not mistaken, this is jeopardizing the project because they're late for the HMFA.
I don't. Do we have a Legistar number, gentlemen? Gentlemen? Mr. Crump? Do you know the Legistar number?
She has it.
I'm sorry, again. Oh, you do?
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman.
while
Ramos.
you all are debating the item that isn't on the agenda, I just want to note my vote in the affirmative for the ordinances on second reading, final passage, 6 PFA and 6 PSFB.
We deferred the other.
We deferred action on both of those to the April 18th meeting.
Yes.
What
In the
about
abs-
C and D? Were they acted on today?
Deferred.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. C and D were the ones that were deferred.
So A and B were voted on.
Yes, they were.
C and D are deferred, so I vote to
Yes.
What about, I know Councilman McCollum called me this
That was
morning.
deferred.
Deferred at the
In
request
his
of the
project?
administration.
Oh, okay. Is there any particular reason why those were deferred? The Westward properties?
Councilmember Amador had requested certain
Those are
information.
the,
Westward.
I meant the other one.
asking about
About the West Ward.
the Westward 2A.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know. Good morning again, council. I believe that was deferred because there need to be an opportunity for the, let me be honest. I'm not exactly sure why it was deferred, but it was requested by, out of our office by Annette, because I think something needed to be addressed with the resolution, with the legislation.
All right. Yeah, because I know the councilman is supportive of it, because he called me this morning to see if I was on my way, so.
Councilman McCallum?
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez, the item that you're referring to is Bruce Street. It has just begun the Legistar review process. It's still in EHD.
Well, yeah, the thing with that is that they say we approved this project in committee like a month and a half ago or more, and it hasn't moved in a month and a half. So we are delaying, let's say, transactions simply because I believe we can, and it shouldn't be that way. I believe that we have to be more proactive.
Yes.
We are causing people to lose money. Every one of these investments, there's a financing behind it, and the interest rates are tending to go up, and we are affecting the financing of these projects.
Council members, I can tell you we have almost 50 to 60 pieces of legislation in Legistar, and we're trying to move them as quickly as possible. I was not aware that this was.
People in the department, but we need to move these projects. We're causing people to lose money. Investors don't want to lose money, and we don't want investors to leave the city simply because we are inefficient.
I understand. We're going to work on getting this through Legistar as quickly as possible, and with the help of the Corporation Council.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, the councilman from the East Ward has now joined us.
Not in there.
Um,
You had a question about your project.
In your absence, Councilman, we deferred.
Yes. Move on.
Move it. Madam Clerk, can we go back to,
Motion for reconsideration.
Motion to reconsider 6PSFC. This is the ordinance approving the private sale of city-owned property. This is the item transferring it to the New Jersey Department of Transportation. So motion by Council of the Whole to reconsider.
to reconsider?
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Phil Jenkins, absent, McCallum, absent, Osborne, Quintana, Ramos,
Yes.
President Trump.
Yes to reconsider. Councilman?
The public, so does anyone wish to be heard on this ordinance? This is 6PSFC.
No one appearing, Madam Clerk.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Amador. Amador to move, second by Councilmember James, to close the public hearing and adopt. 6
Roll
p.m.
call, please.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Phil Jenkins, absent, McCallum, absent, Osborne,
Yes.
Quintana,
Yes.
Ramos,
Yes.
President Trump.
Yes. 6PSF?
6PSFD, a motion by Councilmember Gonzalez to reconsider, second by Councilmember James. 6PSFD, this is ordinance approving the conveyance of a 2-month temporary easement over city-owned property as indicated on the attached agreement and map entitled Parcel E105G to the State of New Jersey Department of Transportation for the sum of $100.00 in the East Ward. Roll call to reconsider.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Phil Jenkins, absent, McCallum, absent, Osborne,
Yes.
Quintana,
Yes.
Ramos,
Yes.
Yes to reconsider.
Does anyone wish to be heard on this ordinance?
No one appearing.
Motion by Councilmember Amador to close the public hearing and adopt, second by Councilmember Gonzalez. Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Phil Jenkins, absent, McCallum, absent, Osborne,
Yes.
Quintana,
Yes.
Ramos,
Yes.
President Trump.
Yes.
That concludes the legislation on the agenda. Council President,
Yes,
do we wish to have the public speaking portion now?
yes, we'll have the public speaking session.
Does anyone wish to address the council? No, we're going to do the public speaking portion now.
Yes.
This is the public speaking.
This is the public speaking
Part of
portion of
our-
this meeting. If anyone wishes to be heard, please step to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
My name is Sally Brown, and I live at 2 Nevada Street. And I'm here about this ordinance. It states here, all public housing, buildings in the city of Newark, which contains over 100 units and which are senior citizens buildings, shall be required to have present on the premises an unarmed security guard for 24 hours each day of the week. The surveillance cameras, all public and private buildings in the city of Newark, which contains lots of parking and parking garages for 30 or more vehicles, shall be required to install and maintain on the premises surveillance cameras which shall be stated in good condition, operated on a 24-hour per day, 7 days a week. Said the video surveillance camera shall position in such a manner to reasonably cover the entire parking lots, garages, and all driveways and walkways. Now, I'm speaking for 2 Nevada Street, that's all. I'm not concerned about who don't want it, who wants it, but we need it. So I'm asking the council to please help us to get an armed security guard. They're getting guards in the schools. Right here in Newark too, they having security guards or armed guards, whichever. We need another guard.
So,
Yeah, Madam President.
Councilman Reynolds first.
The current ordinance does call for a minimum of 8 hours, so code enforcement needs to go out there and check, the logs. There should be a security log that every building keeps to make sure that at minimum they have an armed guard for 8 hours. And then the second thing I want to ask through your chair, and we've been trying to get this on the agenda from the clerk's office for a while, is an amendment to the security ordinance so that we can impose special conditions on those property owners that are not providing a safe environment for their residents. So that would allow the city, through some form of committee, through the public safety department, to deal with cases like what's happening at 2 Nevada, where you may need more than one guard. So that amendment, through your chair and the clerk, please, let's get a draft so that we can review it and hopefully get it on the agenda.
In addition, let me refer back, pay no attention to that. Let me refer back to the meeting that was held, I believe, on Thursday. The councilwoman was queried or questioned, about this particular item, along with the mayor. And she indicated that she was going to pursue the request of the residents of 2 Nevada. Unfortunately, she is not here. So we will take the message to her, and also the remarks coming from Councilman Ramos will also be introduced as part of the discussion. I don't know if that gives you any comfort, but in the absence, in the absence, we can't speak for her in case she has had an opportunity, to have a meeting with Jonathan Rose, Property Management.
Madam President,
Yes, Councilman Eddie Osborne.
Yeah, because I know it was also stated that she said during that meeting that they were talking about a roving guard of some kind, and that wasn't what you guys were asking for.
No, not what I asked for.
And I know in the past when we met with Jonathan Rose Management, we asked them particularly for that second guard, and they said they refused to pay for it. So that's why we got to do this through an ordinance. So I support the councilman. Let's try to get them to come in and commit to hiring a second armed guard.
Okay. Well, I'll be back.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
Okay.
You know,
I'll
you're
definitely
doing
be
what
back.
you have to
Not
do.
next week, because that's the election, but I'll be back. Okay?
Ms. Brown, are you the new president?
No, I'm not.
Someone told me they have a new you have a new president. It's not Mr. Martin?
Carolyn Meadows is the president.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good morning. My name is Walter Jacobs. Hello, Mayor.
Morning, good morning.
Morning.
I'm here today for 1 Court Street. Understand that our councilwoman, who's not here, was going to be here today with the owner of 1 Court Street and owner of 2 Nevada and go over the elevator issues, the laundry issues, and the security issues. But seeing that everyone know about it, are we all getting together because our councilwoman isn't here today? And we are concerned. Everybody on 1 Court Street is looking at this now thinking we're going to talk to Mr. Rose. But the only one here is Walter Jacobs, representing. Can we look forward to seeing Mr. Rose and take care of this issue of security in 1 Court Street?
To the best of my knowledge, none of us were aware of the fact that this was supposed to take place.
Madam President,
Yes.
we should have the clerk cite Mr. Rose to come to a meeting with us in view that the council lady of the Central Ward is absent today. Maybe we can convene a meeting with the council so that we can explore solutions to those issues.
The council as a whole, that request will come from the council as a whole.
At a conference meeting?
For Mr. Rose, yes, to come
For the next special.
meet us.
The next special meeting.
Yes. Commissioner,
Invite him.
the decision is that we will,
Mr.
on our own, through the clerk's the council as a whole, through the office of the clerk, will send a letter to Jonathan Rose, Property Management Corporation, and ask them to appear before us at our next special meeting. You will be notified.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yes.
Because I want to be here. And more people want to be here. Because we don't want the landlords just to take over because we're senior citizens in Newark. We're the ones that do the most voting for you in your seats. And keep us happy. Because we want to keep
Even if you didn't.
Yes.
It's not a matter of voting, it's a matter of having adequate living conditions.
That's what we're looking for. And you qualify to make the good conditions that we're looking for. Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Thank you. I'm sorry, Councilman Osborne.
could we also invite the residents from Grace West Manor? Because I think that is another Jonathan Rose property.
It is another Jonathan Rose property. Anyone else appearing? Madam Clerk,
Motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
I'm
Before
sorry,
we
Councilman.
adjourn, I send an email to the clerk's office, but before the next meeting, I want to get an amendment to the parking regulations on Bloomfield Avenue that would restrict parking on Bloomfield Avenue between Lake Street and North 3rd Street. So I would like to have that amendment on the agenda at the next council meeting.
Did you
So
say
it's
3rd Street?
so it's a no parking restriction on Bloomfield Avenue between Lake Street and North 3rd Street.
North 3rd Street.
So noted.
Roll call to adjourn.
Amador?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Councilman McCallum wanted to make a brief statement.
I just wanted to announce again that the Art Wall project at the Fairmount Heights switching station will take place tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and we hope
Yeah, but we can have a
residents
special
can come out.
Doesn't have to be.
It's going to be a beautiful exhibition of artwork, and I can't wait. So everyone's invited. Thanks.
A beautiful wall.
Joe knows how to build walls, you know?
Yes.
We do have. Wait a minute. This is for the council. Before we close, the clerk, Madam Clerk, held up the notification that invited Ms. Jordan, the manager of special taxes, and I presume Mr. Green in the absence of Mr. Kelly. What is your pleasure? She's here.
Council President, can we finish the roll call for the adjournment? And then if your pleasure is to have a brief special conference as we had planned, then we can do that. But can we, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
James, absent. Jenny Phil Jenkins, absent. McCallum,
Yes.
Osborne.
Yes.
Quintana.
Yes.
Ramos.
Yes.
Yes.
Council President?
To the
Special agenda. Excuse me, the special conference meeting. The subject is property owners and downgraded code violations. I know Ms. Jordan, manager of Division of Special Taxes, is here in the chamber.
Yeah, Madam President, I'm not sure why they would have, you know, we had this conversation with Tommy and the people from the courts. You know, I don't want to waste, Juanita's time. I think she's very helpful and has been able to address a lot of our concerns individually. So I don't know if anybody has any issues for Juanita, but.
I don't know who recommended this as a topic for us to discuss.
We had
I
a
agree with the
conversation,
council.
may have been a month ago, and we had the folks from the
Right.
municipal court here. Kenyatta, the Corp Counsel stated that he would work with the prosecutor's office to ensure that some of these charges are not downgraded when they reach the courts. And I think that was pretty much addressed. I don't know if Ms. Jordan has any issues she wants to bring to our attention, but.
I was about to ask her, is there some new information
There was,
that we need to have?
Council President,
Ms.
I
Jordan.
understand there was a request that there be a moratorium on violations or penalties. That was my understanding that was the
I think
request.
this
for
issue was the
meeting.
issue that Councilman James raised regarding the beauty salons, right? Is that the issue? Has nothing to do with property violations. So I think Councilman attended a meeting with a number of business owners who had expressed a
Yes,
concern
it was.
about a certain license fee increasing in price. So it had nothing to do with property violations. So I don't know if anybody else has the same recollection, but.
Ms. Jordan, is there any new information? The councilman is right. It hasn't been a very long time since we did have a conversation with you.
Juanita Jordan, manager, Division of Tax Abatement, Special Taxes. I don't have anything to say. If there are any questions, I'm sure we can answer, but I don't have.
One of the things, I'm going to say, put this on the public record. One of the things I can say about Ms. Jordan, and that is her doors to her office are always open. I'm always walking in with somebody in tow who has to have a pertinent question, and she is always gracious and is a great problem solver.
Thank you, Council President. Much appreciated.
Juanita, can you just maybe describe so that everybody here understands? So, if the particular fee that the councilman raised as a concern based on his meeting with the business owners, can you give us some information on what that is?
there was a new license that was approved by Municipal Council, the retail license. And the retail license is for businesses that sell goods, like telephones, anything that they're selling in their business. And so I believe he had issue with nail salons and barbershops that were selling items in their store.
So by virtue of a beauty salon selling products, for example,
Nail polish.
yeah, so they would have to have that license because they're selling goods.
They would have to obtain a retail license.
Has a notice been sent out to the effect that this is something they should be aware of?
Notices have gone out, and for the downtown district and most of the wards, we walked the blocks and handed the notice to just about every business, because every business is a retail business.
Could I make
Sure,
a
certainly.
suggestion that your office work more closely with our improvement districts? Like right now, we have an improvement district on Mount Prospect Avenue. You have a number of businesses in that particular corridor. Same thing with Bloomfield Avenue, that would be affected by this license, and they could be good messengers on behalf of your department. So, just a suggestion.
Absolutely. We send notices out every time, a month before a business license is supposed to be renewed. So we'll make sure we send them to the district chairs also, district directors.
Thank you.
President, if I may
Yes.
Is this licensing something new?
It was approved in 2016,
2016. Okay.
retail license.
Thank you.
Madam President, I saw Tommy McDonald pop in the back, and I think he wanted to put something on the record regarding To Nevada. So I don't know if we can have him just put that on the record officially.
Yes.
Kind of action that his office took.
Morning.
Good morning.
With regard to
Please state your name and position for the record.
Arnold, Manager of Code Enforcement. With regard to the security issues at To Nevada, our whole team went over and conducted a full and complete inspection, and we did notice the security issues with the cameras, as was spoken earlier. So we filed a complaint in the Newark Municipal Court that's going to be heard on April the 26th regarding that issue with the management there.
Very good.
Thank you. Very good.
Thank you.
Anything else, Madam Clerk?
That concludes the special conference meeting.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.